Did you hear me?
I am one good-looking motherfucker.
I mean, you're a good-looking guy. I'm not gonna take that away from you.
You can't take that away from me. Only God can judge me, bruh. And God swipe right. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, yeah, right on.
On hot or not.
But you know what God forgot to throw into the pot of Joel? Substance.
You know what what God forgot to give Doug?
What?
Brains. Got him. Come on, that was perfect.
I forgot. I messed with the buttons. I forgot which one it was.
I mean, I didn't see it, but I believe you.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel, and this
is episode 91. And
do you hate that I do that now?
What?
That I take the episode mark from you? Do you hate that? I saw it bug you so much right there.
Why? No, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I have a severe resting bitch face, apparently. So, I mean, maybe that's what it is. But
Dude,
I've
heard the same thing. I've heard the exact same thing.
About me?
No, about me at the bookstore. The first couple months I worked at the bookstore, I was making friends with everybody, but I hadn't really got to know everybody yet. And finally one day this dude Steven came up to me and he was like,
Steve.
Hey man, you all right? And I was like, yeah, the fuck? He's like, you look fucking pissed. And I guess I was just standing at the register going,
Not Steven.
Come on, Steve.
You should know Joel better than that. He's just taking it in.
Do you remember when you met my other coworker at the bar and he made you a drink and then he was immediately like, hey, can I have some of that?
Yeah, that was awesome. He caught me off guard, but I was like, you remember when me getting pissed off at the most random things, one of my weirdest pet peeves, and I probably shouldn't say this, is because I don't want people to fuck with me, but when people would just introduce themselves or just come up to me and be like, hey, what's up, Doug? Well, oh, dude, good to see you. And I'm like, who the hell are you? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Even if and dude, y'all used to always send people up to me and be like, hey, what's up, Doug? And they're putting their arm around me. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Shit to me all the time.
Dude, I always freak out in those situations because I'm like, all right, there's three options here. I don't know you and you're mistaken.
Yeah.
I do know you and I'm mistaken.
That happens to me all the time.
Or I was on drugs. We know each other. And we should this isn't a good moment, right?
Yeah, we know each other, but we should not know each other. Dude, there's so many times where I end up knowing people. A lot of the times people just remember me and I haven't seen them in years. And they come in with a full blown beard or something. You don't remember me? I'm like, who fucking would? It's you don't look. Last time I saw you were in high school. And you didn't have a full beard. Oh, and forgive me, everybody. My allergies are whooping my ass. I'm assuming.
By the way, I didn't mean drugs. I just meant partying and you meet people and you don't remember you met them. I'm just sitting here man, that sounds like I'm a fucking heroin user.
So everybody is clear. Joel didn't mean drugs. He meant
fun drugs.
He meant the drugs that you run into somebody you know that you probably shouldn't know because of drugs. What?
Oh shit! Do you see what time it is?
Oh, dude, it is 3:10.
Nah.
Oh, frick. No. Oh, yeah, dude.
Hey, everybody.
When the allergies come in, that means that the freaking springtime's coming in. Oh, God.
Amber is the color of my allergies. Amber is the color of my allergies. Oh, Amber is
the color of my allergies. When the
all right.
Crashes into the shore.
All right, enough with that song.
Am I not supposed to sing? I forgot what we're doing.
No, that's it. The song's over.
Well, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
So today is the very first 3/11 of 2021, the only 3/11 of 2021.
It's the first and only.
It's 3/11 on 3/11, baby, 2021. And today we're gonna give a lot of love to America's favorite. What is it?
favorite
white reggae band, 3/11.
Are they a
Ladies
reggae?
and gentlemen,
Are they a reggae band?
ladies and gentlemen, 3/11. Are you a 3/11 fan, Doug?
No.
That's a hard no.
Amber is going down in your energy. What's that one song?
Amber is the color of my energy. Oh, look at these dudes.
Sounds nothing like 311. Oh man, you beat me to it. Oh, this is a classic one. Everybody had this.
Look, look. I'm in 3/11.
That's pretty good, Joel.
Hey, thanks. So anyway, I wanted to talk about 3/11. In my opinion, one of the worst bands of all time. I straight up hate 3/11. So let's talk about them. Was it an inside job?
What? Dude, one time I was when I was in Atlanta, this one band I was in or whatever, and I was like, man, should I not be in this band? Because this band kind of maybe isn't my vibe. And then they're like, hey man, 3/11 day, which is today, is like they do a festival on 3/11 in New Orleans every year. Is that a thing?
Okay.
Yeah, like, hey, yeah. Got your ticket. We got one with you want it? And I'm like, no. Like, you don't want to go to 3/11 Fest or whatever and watch 3/11? I'm like, no. Like, do you not like 3/11? No. And this dude looks at me and goes, dude, they own their own island. In that moment, I knew it was time for me to move on.
Totally, dude. I will say,
if you like 3/11, more power to you, though.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, my hatred of 3/11, much like my hatred of Red Hot Chili Peppers, is mostly a joke at this point. Yeah, I bring it up ad nauseum to anyone who will listen because to me it's funny. It's so irrelevant to me that it's just fun. You can talk about it. No, whatever. Fuck 3/11. But I will say, the drummer for 3/11 is apparently like amongst drummers considered like just a great drummer or whatever.
Sure.
He owns a drum shop in North Hollywood, and his mom works at it. Okay. And I had a buddy who had to pick something up from there one time, and the drummer of 3/11's mom, one of the nicest people I've ever met. She was an absolute delight.
This is the shirt everybody.
Oh yeah,
everybody rocked in high school. Or I guess in elementary school, not elementary, junior high. When that song, when Down came out, I couldn't remember the name. I mean, I do know they had that song.
They had the one that was like a
They had a few hits though, right?
I thought that was the big one though.
Hold on, let's look up. Yeah, Down. Okay, let's read the lyrics because we can't play the music obviously. 3/11.
Oh, that's Down. That's Down.
I think so. Down.
That one and Amber are the only two that I know.
All right, ready?
Yep.
It goes, chill, light on my side, and my ego becomes a funky child with some words on my tongue. Be like an intake of my breath and my mouth gets loose while I scatter my spit. I dream of juice. Have you ever made out in dark hallways? Play a track from all the records collections and the mix. Congratulations. We've changed a lot.
Damn.
That's a pretty
Okay, hey, wait. I got an idea.
That made your day, or play a track from your record collection. It's your mix. Congratulations.
Okay, we're gonna play a game. It's called. All right, pick any band that you hate. Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's a good one.
Okay, so
we're gonna play a quick game.
When I was younger, I would have been more quick to do that, but lately, especially sometimes I'll watch like YouTube videos or something on Instagram, and I'm like, this is so annoying, but at the same time, I'm like, they're just doing what we're trying to do. and they're just doing whatever, you know. So I'm like, so I really try not to hate on things too much. But 311, I mean, that's an exception. They own an island, so they're not worried.
Here's the thing. I totally understand what you're saying, but for the sake of fun,
yeah.
For the sake of fun, I don't really care. So let's play a game. We're going to play. So I've been thinking a lot about lyrics lately. Have you thought a lot about lyrics lately?
No, not necessarily.
Well, we both love lyrics. We're both songwriters. We were songwriters. I don't know. We make music from time to time.
Not just back here, ding dong, but I think you're one of the best lyricists I've ever met.
It's incredibly kind, Doug. But we both love lyrics. Thank you.
I love lyrics.
We love lyrics, but there are a whole lot of bad ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really bad ones. In fact, I'll start by saying my least favorite lyric of all time comes from Fergie. She has a song where she says, "I'm gonna miss you like a child misses its blanket," and that to me is borderline irresponsible. That is the worst lyric I've ever heard.
Yeah, give that kid his blanket.
Okay, so me and Caroline talked about this the other night. It doesn't just stop at the fucking blanket line. She says something, I'm gonna be a big girl now, and big girls don't cry. That's the hook. I'm gonna be a big girl now, or some shit like that, right? Big girls don't cry. So check this out. The song is about her being upset about a relationship ending. But she's using the metaphor of being a toddler through the whole song. And I hate it. I hate it.
Probably why the dude dumped her in the first place. Like,
thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. What happened to you and Ferg? What happened to you and Fergie? And he's like, yeah, dude, like every time we like try to get intimate or whatever, she started acting like a toddler.
She brought a blanket everywhere with her. And if she
couldn't
find her blankie, she cried.
She told me to hold her and then kiss her.
She's 47. But yeah, I've always thought that's insane. I think that is so dumb.
It's so weird you say that because I was thinking about the other day, and I'm sure I probably saw it from a meme or something, but it just cracks me up. Like all the girls and guys in high school or junior high be like, "What would you do if your son was at home crying
all alone on the bedroom floor because
he's hungry?" And it's like, dude, we're in the 7th grade.
A little bit of money and his daddy's gone, so we're smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now, so for you this is just a good time, but for me this is what I call life. Yeah, and we're like singing that. I love that song.
Dude? It's a pretty deep ass song. Yeah, that's for sure. And then like, it's like, oh, maybe that's like they're like trying to get it out there. Like, hey, this is the real world. But you weren't thinking that when you were a little kid or when you were like in high school.
Like, what the fuck is this? The other one that really blew my mind was the Eisley Brothers. They had that song with R. Kelly where it's like a guy coming home to find his girlfriend's cheating on him with R. Kelly.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Bitch, shut up. Can't you see two men are talking?" What the fuck?
Fake friend test. If you send this video to your friend and they don't reply back a video of them squeezing their mom's big fat tits, they're not. What the fuck are you doing? That's so. Stop fucking interrupting me. What did I fucking tell you last time? Shut the fuck up, you bitch, and mind your own business. Don't talk to your fucking mother like that. Sit the fuck back down before you get clapped, old man.
Wow. Was that you?
What the fuck?
It was you?
No. I don't know.
He said, "Sit the fuck down before you get clapped, old man."
He said, "Friend test. If you're not only a real friend would go grab their mom's big tits." Dude.
What is that?
I just saw it on the internet and I'm like, I have to rip that onto the show.
That is a great clip. We need more sound clips. Can we play this quick game real quick?
Dude, I forgot. Dude, whatever happened to the guy that fucked the carpet?
We have reports of a man having sex with a carpet.
With the carpet.
Yeah,
let's play this game.
Well, this sucks. So like,
yeah.
I had all this pulled up.
I mean, I gotta be. I mean, not to give myself too much credit, but last week I did pretty game section. So I mean, if you want to let this one slide and give it some more time, I totally understand.
We're gonna do that, and I'll tell you why. So I'll tell you what I got going here. I've got this game show where we're gonna try to. You have to hear a bad lyric, and tell me who sings it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm serious. That'd be cool.
Here's my problem.
Easy.
I had like 10 that I had, and then I had this website, and I can't find my 10 now, so I was just gonna use the website. But every lyric they have is fine. The worst lyric they have on here, their number one worst lyric, is the Black Sabbath song where he's like, just like witches at black masses. They think that's a bad lyric. That's stupid.
Dude, I mean, I can't talk too much. So some of my lyrics are pretty freaking out there.
No way. I love your lyrics. Your lyrics are awesome.
I have a song that says, I don't even remember my lyrics anymore.
Fuck yeah, dude. Me either. I've been having a bad time with that lately.
Dude, do you ever like have to take you have to poop and you can't get it out, and like your body's just like not ready yet, and you just like play the guitar a little bit and it just get you going?
No.
That's like pretty much what I use the guitar for now, as a freaking diuretic.
Is that what diuretic means? I always heard.
It doesn't mean make you poop, but diuretics make you poop.
What's a diuretic?
Like coffee,
I got a diuretic right here, baby.
Definitely a diuretic.
I pooped right before we went on the air.
Diuretic. Don't I sound sexy today? Did you know there's a U in diuretic?
What? Yeah, DIEUR.
Nah, dude. Just
nah,
dog. Just DIUETIC. Am I spelling it right?
Fascinating. What does it mean?
I don't know. It's a class of drug. Diuretics. A diuretic is any substance that promotes diuresis. What?
All right.
That increases production of urine. This includes forced diuresis. I'm so sorry. It's my allergies. All diuretics increase the excretion of water from bodies, although each class does so in a distinct way.
Fascinating. So we're getting a stimulus.
I'm not.
Why not?
Because I haven't gotten one yet. I've never gotten one.
Really?
It's quite obvious why I haven't. I don't know what I'm doing.
Nobody knows what they're doing. It just shows up.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one. It's probably because, like, when it comes to my taxes and stuff, I'm always fucking them up. Seriously. I mean, I need help.
Well, I will say that they're not.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if it makes you feel any better, they're not really on their game either. Literally today, the 3rd, is this the third stimulus package was signed into effect? Today, I got a letter from the IRS saying that I was approved for the 2nd stimulus package. When the fuck was that? Like November, December? Like, I got that money months ago, and they just sent me a letter saying I was approved for it. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
With all these stimulus and stuff like that, and how much they're giving people, like, why wouldn't UBI work? A universal basic income. Essentially, this is
so. There is a really strong argument to be made after this for UBI, I think, because this isn't saving anybody's life, and it's not negatively. At least I don't think it. I don't think this. So let me rephrase. I don't think the stimulus checks are negatively affecting the economy. If anything, they're just sort of balancing everything out.
I don't think I don't think it stimulates it as well. I think it's just a generic name they gave it just to.
Right. No, I agree. But I also.
I think it,
Yeah, like that, and that's without talking about any of the other stuff that's in there. But the UBI, like, if they just gave that to people once a month, maybe tone it down $1,200 a month. That's it doesn't change lives, but it makes a huge difference.
Well, my whole thing is, and I understand, like, I don't know what I'm really talking about, but I mean, instead of it, and it could still be considered like a UBI, a universal basic income, but it could even just be this is obviously my personal look on it. It could even just be, instead of giving this instead of giving these families $1,200, we'll just use them as credits toward the utilities, water, and everything, just to make sure in their shelter. That way, those things are taken care of, and whatever money they are making at their jobs will be to stimulate the economy. But to guarantee them that every person will have water, shelter, and food. I don't think that's too much to ask, and I think that really averages out to around $1,200 a month for some families. And also, isn't it $1,200 a person? Even a child gets the stimulus.
No. If you're a positive, if you're a parent, you get more.
All right. Well, yeah. And if you're a family, yeah, you get more with the stimulus. You know what I mean? But at the same time, again, credits to, like, say it'd be like $500 to utilities and $1,000 to shelter. And if you spend whatever you don't spend or whatever, you get to keep or whatever. Like, so if you spend $250 that month in utilities, you get to keep the under $250 to put towards whatever. But
I get it. I get what you're saying. I think that's a good idea, but I think that it would never happen because there's no way that they would be. I think the idea of them crediting all these different accounts for all these different people is never going to happen.
I know, and I'm sure if somebody hearing this, they're probably that knows how these things really work. They're probably like, yeah, good idea, Doug, but this, and this are actually the reasons that just can't happen. And I'm sure that it's like, if it was laid out for me, I would totally understand. Or I think I would.
Well, so the first question you had asked was, why would you work right now if you were getting all this stuff? And here's the answer to that. So in losing my job, I lost everything attached to that job, right? So, and I imagine most people did as well. So I lost all my benefits. I lost all like the 401k stuff. All that shit is fucked now, right? And you have to
have they don't. I mean,
no, I know, but like there's nothing going into it. You can't. It's not like you can put your unemployment into your 401k.
Yeah,
and it's not like that really matters to me. But the big thing was my benefits. So with the unemployment, yes, I'm making a little bit more, just a little bit more at this point. See, I think people that aren't getting it are not really realizing how much it's changed since this started. At the very beginning, for like 2 months, yeah, we were getting a lot of money in those checks, like a lot. And that was awesome, but it's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm basically getting just a little bit. I'm basically getting what I would have been making at my job without taxes being taken out. Okay? So not that much more.
Yeah.
But I still don't have benefits. So that money is kind of evening out to be basically the same thing when I have to like do eye appointments or dentist or anything like that. It's all come out of pocket. And dude, the dentist and eye shit has been so expensive that it sort of makes whatever you get the next check not really matter either. So it's sort of, at least for us, we're sort of just back in the cycle of like
square one.
Yeah, which is fine. It's not like we earned anything. It's like we earned anything the past year, or I didn't. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. Honest, I mean, I got well, I guess I got a little bit of something, but like maybe I did, but like I just remember being like less stressed for a moment, just not having to worry about rent for a couple of months or whatever.
Just a couple months, but after that, it went away.
For my building, I got I did get assistance for rent on my building and for the hardware.
Yeah. And
it really did. It was a huge relief not having to worry about that. But I mean, that dried up, and I feel like the whole mandate being lifted has nothing to do with people's, like, obviously it's a political thing and has nothing to do with people's health. It really has to do with them not wanting to give out any more money.
I agree 100%.
So, I mean,
but
yeah.
But like, I don't think this. I think that a big fear on the right is that this lasts forever. But the thing is like, it needs to last a little bit longer. 10% of the country is vaccinated. That's great. Forget the mask mandate, all that. I'm not even going to get into that again. Everybody knows my thoughts on that.
Yeah,
but as far as assistance goes, so that what got signed today, that's one more $1,400 check or more if you have kids, and then $300. The benefits stay the same, but they now extend to September.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't personally foresee even Biden signing a fourth stimulus. I just don't see it. So I think this is it.
Yeah, probably.
It seems crazy and selfish to say this, but frankly, it wasn't enough. Like, not for me, but just for everybody. Like,
No, yeah.
I think in a year from now, the conversation is going to be completely different when we have COVID more or less in the rear view and we can look at the exact implications of everything that just happened the past 2 years. Like January 2022, we're going to be having conversations much different than this about like I'm not 100% sure it's going to go bad, but it definitely is going to go either way, I think. I don't think we're going to have some middle ground where it's just like things are okay. I think things are either going to be somehow really good and prosperous and the economy is going to feel the effects of everybody getting back out, or we're going to end up in a huge recession that takes another 2 years to get out of and it'll all be blamed on Biden.
Yeah, well, I mean, it probably will be the latter, just knowing the luck that we've had. Excuse me. But also, these are things that have been happening since it feels like they cycle. I mean, dude, I remember my freaking grandfather, like, still, like, talking about, like, the Great Depression, like, in the 90s as this, like prepared for it to happen again. You know, like, I don't think anybody that's alive now, especially, like, our generation, even younger, I feel like we're all prepared for this to happen again. Like, all of it.
Well, think about it. From 2000
like, this could happen again, or it probably will happen again, I should say.
Well, I think people forget, like, it's really.
Joel, I'm sorry to cut you off. Just let you know that you're a little bit robot-y today, so just everybody listening. So apologies. I'm just giving you a heads up. I don't know if you knew that or not, or could tell. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I could not tell. Thank you for letting me know. Oh yeah, I think it's easy. It was at first easy to forget, like, big events. They seem far away until they happen, and then they seem really close until the next one happens, and then that last one seems far away. And I what I mean by that is, like, when we were kids up until 9/11, we didn't have anything. We didn't have a war or a giant national disaster or anything like that. I mean, in the 93 or 94 or 95, we had the federal building in Oklahoma blew up, but that was, as terrible as that was, it's not like that outwardly affected the entire nation. But starting with 9/11, we got 9/11, the 2008 recession, all the protests and everything, like just this social uprising, which is a good and a bad for some people. The pandemic, obviously, 4 years of Trump, which led to just crazy political turmoil, divisiveness and shit. And it seems like, oh my God, like shit's just falling apart. But then just look at your parents, and they had civil rights, the Vietnam War, draft dodging. This shit is a cycle, and we'll 100% be okay. It just feels crazy, I think, for people our age, because we're like, damn, dude, starting from when I was in 8th grade, shit has just never calmed down.
Yeah, and it feels like it's like almost like a lot of these, like, personality traits and stuff, I feel like they're just like, they're so expired, and like they should have been evolved out by now. So it really is troubling and heartbreaking to see people that are our age that don't, like, see the big picture, you know? And so that, I feel like that's the weight on the wheel, if you will, to keep it turning and starting over, you know, like, we're all at a good point, and then you got that one personality trait or handful of them that keep that weight just whipping back around, you know.
Well, you know, so, the whole pendulum that swings back and forth, it used to, like, think of it like this. Used to just
pendulum. Sure, let's go with that.
But the normal swing of the pendulum has always been like here to here to here to here, and now it goes. It doesn't fuck with this entire zone. Everything is extremely right or extremely left, extremely black, extremely white. It's not. People don't seem to see the grays at all anymore, and a lot of that is because as societies shift and as societies become more modern, and unfortunately for the dinosaurs out there, when societies become more modern, they inherently become more progressive.
For sure. Because progression, progression on either side is, of course, really hard to handle sometimes, especially if you're like want to be reasonable. And I feel like anybody that is far left or far right will acknowledge that they're not necessarily reasonable. You know what I mean? Because they're obviously not willing to reason with the other side, right?
Sure.
Are you listening?
I'm 100% listening to you.
So like that's always an issue, but at the same time, they're not the far left, far right. They can't see each other, they're not going to reason. But the problem that I feel it happens is like guys like us who are left of center, even more so left of center. Like people think that like when I'm like I always said that I'm left of center, but I'm more than that, you know. But I still have reason, you know what I mean. I'll listen if there's something to be listened to. But I feel like guys like us that will at least listen get kind of thrown into the fire as well because anybody on the extremes, like we don't want you to give them a chance or listen or try to find a middle ground. We just want our idea to be all idea.
Well, sure. But so the important thing to remember is that even though the pendulum does swing that far now and it is the extremes on both sides, it's still just the loudest. It's still the loud minority on both sides. The majority of people are either, right of center or left of center. Even harder core, drifted further from the center is basically center now because there is that vocal minority, but it's just a vocal minority. And I'm not to say that I disagree with the far left. In fact, 90% of the time I fully agree with the far left and just disagree with their tactics.
Dude, here's the thing, dude. And me and you grew up in a small town, Texas. We've seen a lot of these people have never seen like actual violence in real life until recently. You know what I mean? Like these protests and things like that. And a lot of them like have never even been in a freaking bar fight and never been in a real fight or never seen anybody get cut or anything. You know what I mean? Stuff like that's just stuff that we grew up in. So it's like when people like we have to do something, we have to fight back and everything. It's like, dude, I don't think you realize you don't just get in a fight and go home. Like people get fucked up. And that's the stuff that really bothers me with like extremists. It's like, dude, I don't think you really realize. You think you're just going to get into a fight or go protest and like throw things and harm somebody and just go home. It's like chances are you're not going. Like if you go home, it's going to be very painful and something that's going to be more traumatic than you're just being misunderstood or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like
I get what you're saying, but I think
like everybody's anger is like.
I think for some people it's worth it for sure. I think the pain and the anger is worth it for some people. But my point was just that I think
for some, but like a lot of people just don't. I don't think they realize like what they're really getting themselves into.
It could be. It could also just be like I don't know. Movements happen, and they're not like monoliths. You know what I mean? Like, look at everything that happened in the 60s and 70s and all the giant steps that were taken then. It wasn't a monolithic group of people who was doing it. It was a bunch of different people who, some of which were extremely reactionary and violent. I mean, look at like the Weather Underground. They were right, and they exposed things that needed to be exposed, but they did it by blowing up federal buildings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The flip coin of that is they called and said, "Hey, we're going to blow up this building. Don't have anybody in it." But
still, I mean, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like the violence of anything is really what I don't really agree with at all. And I don't think anybody. I hope anybody that thinks the only way to get their voice across is through violence. I really hope that kind of like I was saying, kind of evolves out of the freaking whole entire narrative one day. But I mean,
I'm torn on it, to be completely honest with you. But it's not that I support violence. I'm just torn on it. I think movements are inherently violent, especially the important ones. But I don't know. I also think this is like,
I hate that. I hate seeing people get hurt. I hate people fighting, and it sucks that you have to get to prove your point or to be heard. You have to do that sometimes.
That's what it is. Sometimes to prove your point, you have to be heard. You have to do crazy out. But here's the thing: it's not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I understand.
No, but I think inherently it's wrong, and not necessarily the person's doing it are like wrong in heart. I think it's wrong that they have to go that far for both sides. They have to go that far to be heard, and so that makes it wrong for everybody involved because you have to actually have you have to be sympathetic. I feel and actually listen because it's like if somebody is lashing out to that point because they are simply not being heard, there is a little bit of shame. There's definitely shame involved with the person being lashed out at. It's like what could you have done to make this not happen?
Right. No, I get you. I get you.
And the person lashing out, of course, it's like, I don't know. It's why are we talking? How do we get down this?
I don't remember, but the truth of the matter is that we got here.
Yeah, let's say you keep on bringing up these truths.
The truth.
Well, that actually brings me to another note. I was listening. I watched a weird documentary series about Ted Kaczynski in his own words.
I haven't seen that one. Who is Ted Kaczynski again?
The Unabomber.
Oh, right. Okay. See, I don't ever really hear his name.
Yeah, and it's so it's like Ted Kaczynski in his own words. I'm like, what could he possibly say? But I know his manifesto obviously is like a big part of it. What's going on, dude? It's a big part of like his whole thing. But like, I was just expecting him to be on. He's like, yeah, I mean, everybody just made me mad. I'm just gonna blow things up, but no, he just said even weirder stuff than that. So,
he was fascinating.
I don't think it was fascinating for sure. And apparently that manifesto, there's like everybody's like, maybe he had a point, but I never read it, so I don't know. Truth is out there.
You should watch that. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm suggesting something to everybody that I don't even know if it's worth watching, but it looks fucking crazy. The Mormon murder and Mormon whatever.
I started it, but I'll give that another shot tonight.
I believe that the plot is that they found that this guy who collected rare documents somehow stumbled upon documents from the creator of Mormonism. What was that guy's name? Joseph Campbell. And it said it was all built salamander. It was all built around a salamander and the UFOs and all this crazy shit, and it would have just sunk the Mormon religion at that point. And so they Mormon church murdered him to cover it up and all this stuff.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Pretty wild, bro.
Yeah, it's like they're like, and he's like, yeah, instead of it being all God and angels, it turned into wizards and salamanders.
Fucking crazy, dude.
I don't know. I was in such a good mood, but it's really brought me down for the last subject, dude.
I'm sorry. We're going to come out of it. It's called Murder Among the Mormons.
I do have some notes.
Blow a snot rocket?
No, I just sniffled. Hold on. Hold that thought. I'm going to go blow my nose real quick.
Okay. Oh, man. So anyway, 311. What are your favorite 311 songs? Let's look at some 311 lyrics. Let's find the worst 311 lyrics we can. All right, I just picked a song. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find bad lyrics.
Hey, sorry everybody. Dude, changing all the names down. Everybody wanna be down. Okay, so you ready for this? You probably already know.
Hey, wait. I picked a random 311 song, and the last lyric is "Life's a bowl of punch. Go ahead and spike it."
Fuck yeah!
I just picked a random one. Hell yeah.
I'm so happy you're in a better mood today.
When was I in a bad mood? Oh.
No, so like, dude, I just went and blew my nose in that few moments I was gone. I'm like, what the fuck did we just talk about? Like, I just felt like I time traveled.
It did kind of come out of nowhere, but I
was like, what the fuck? But we actually haven't had a heavy moment like that in a while. So I mean, I guess it was just weighing on our hearts to say something. But I feel like I'm gonna listen back to it, and like everything I said has absolutely nothing to do with what you're saying. Like,
I don't think that's the case. Hey, hold that thought. I'll be right back. Gotta get a water.
All right, so Joel and I obviously are fans of the internet and pop culture and things. Joel more so than I am, and not necessarily, and that's just simply because Joel's like dives into it much more deeper than I do. But a lot of cool stuff coming out right now, and a lot of things that I want to touch base on as well. So when he gets back, I'll start throwing out some of these subjects at him. But there's one that's just blowing my mind, and I just cannot stop thinking about. And it's been going on for days and days and days, or like 3 days. But But thanks everybody for watching. Everybody has been shouting us out on Instagram and stuff and sharing our posts and helping us get some more subscribers and listeners. Like, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. So please go, if you're on this page, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. It's really helps us. It's going to help us out because Joel and I have a lot of big plans coming up, especially with the 100th episode coming around the corner. We really, really, really have some really good ideas and a lot of fun things to give you guys, especially with that 100th episode coming out. And we're also on Instagram. I didn't see it, but it's our handle. You can find us on all audio platforms for our podcast: Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Spotify is definitely going to be the easiest one to get to if you don't have an iPhone. But again, thank you guys so much. Like, the comments are really hilarious. Y'all been leaving, and we're just so grateful that you guys are sharing our stuff and like really putting it out there, that y'all are fans of the show and that y'all like support us. So thank you.
Customers. We call you customers.
Yeah, you're customers.
Just a heads up, my Amazon delivery is one stop away, and apparently we have package thieves around here, so when it gets here, I'm gonna have to run out and grab it. Okay,
so the first thing on my list is, and I'll just tell the customers like where you're going. This blows my mind, and everybody probably already knows this, but I just learned this. So y'all know the band Ween, or do you know the band Ween?
I'm gonna let you finish. Not only do I know the band Ween, my former boss, lovely woman, absolutely obsessed with Ween. I don't just mean she likes Ween. I mean, her and our district manager literally followed them around America. Loves Ween. Personally, not a huge Ween fan.
Yeah, so I don't know Ween very well. I only know it because like one or two songs now. And the thing is about Ween, I've always known who they are. I know they had a huge cult following, and I know it's like there's like that Grateful Dead element to them. Like, people follow them.
I didn't know that till I met her, but it's wild to me. I couldn't tell you a single Ween song.
Yeah. So you might already know this then. So let me have a moment, Joel. SpongeBob SquarePants. Is this making any connection yet?
Yep.
It is?
Yes.
You know what I'm about to say?
I do, but you're talking to the customers. Okay.
So I just learned, and I thought it was baloney at first, but SpongeBob SquarePants, the creator of it is I should have wrote him on notes. Who's the creator of SpongeBob?
Steve something. Hold on.
So the creator of SpongeBob is a huge Ween fan and always knew that he wanted to make an animated series. And he wanted it to be like the silly ass
Stephen McDaniel Hillenberg.
Yes. And apparently his inspiration.
He's dead, by the way.
He's dead?
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, wow. R.I.P., dude.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that. Remind me when you're done. Okay, go.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Joel. So apparently, his inspiration for SpongeBob all is derived from a song by Ween called Ocean Man.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, they can't be that specific, but apparently it is. In the song Ocean Man, if you please push pause, whatever, go listen to that song. It is the cutest, sweetest song ever. And when you think about an animator creating a character and being inspired by that song, it's really impossible not to think about SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm reading the lyrics right now, and I love the lyrics.
And it's super cute. And they even, to the point, like in the SpongeBob movie, when they roll the credits, Ocean Man's playing.
Doesn't Ween perform the theme song in one of the movies?
Oh, that's what it is. That's it. It's Ocean Man.
No, the theme song. The Cap. I believe Ween performs that in one of the movies.
Maybe, yeah, but Ocean Man's like when they roll credits on one of the movies. But dude, it just blows my damn mind.
Oh, no, you're right. It's just that song.
And it's the cutest song, and I listen to it all the time now.
And apparently, it looks like there's a scene where SpongeBob sings it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's
from a movie or what. Well, hey, before I forget, so Stephen Hillenberg, creator of SpongeBob, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hugely influential, obviously, on a ton of what a ton of what kids animation became around that time. Hugely respected, beloved guy. His one thing that he always said was he refused to do any SpongeBob spinoffs or anything like that. He passed away in November 2018. Last week on Paramount Plus, they premiered SpongeBob Camp Krusty, a spinoff show that completely fucks up and rewrites the tale of SpongeBob.
Damn.
In direct opposition of what this dude's dying wish was. I just think it's so wildly fucked up of them to do that. I get it. SpongeBob is a massive success, but he didn't say you couldn't keep making SpongeBob. He just said don't spin this show off into a bunch of bullshit. And so what do? Spin it off into a bunch of bullshit that completely rewrites the story. What the fuck?
So what do? Excuse me. Oh, and then but yeah, so I can't stop thinking about that. It's like, how crazy is that? Like I don't know. It seems like it just sounds made up, right?
Yeah.
But so also I want to go ahead and talk about, you just said Paramount, and that makes you think of Beavis and Butthead. Is the new series out yet?
No. So if you had CBS All Access, it very quietly switched over to Paramount Plus this week. And I say quietly, Paramount Plus hasn't been quiet about anything. I think during the Super Bowl alone, I saw something like 300 commercials for Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
But if you had CBS, you don't need to do anything. Or if you had CBS All Access, rather, you don't need to do anything. But Paramount Plus is available now. And I will say, I get what it's going to be. And I think it has potential because Paramount has a great movie library. But so many of Paramount's movies are licensed out to other services right now, like Hulu or Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah.
There is fuck all in the way of movies on Paramount Plus right now. Literally, like almost nothing of value. Like they have the Mission Impossible movies, but they don't even have all of those. I think they only have like 4 of those. Anyway.
But that's a good point that you said. You just said it on what's that called? The Super Bowl. Like, so I got the free trial for CBS All Access to watch the Super Bowl. Well, to watch like the halftime show, really, and to watch the commercials. Sorry, guys, but yeah, there's nothing about it. And then like it's like, hey, we're switching over to Paramount All Access, and it's like, oh, cool, but I'm trying to delete it because I don't want it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's like. So that's like probably how that's probably why it's so quiet. It's like they got so many people that are probably using the free trial for the Super Bowl, millions of people, and then they're gonna probably accidentally pay for the free trial or pay for it when the free trial is up, and it just rolls into Paramount Access, right?
I'm not sure how that's gonna.
It seems quite clever.
I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but
I mean, it's worked. It's done.
Right? No, I know, but I mean, I'm not sure how it charged or whatever. But so. They did announce a movie and a full new season of Beavis and Butthead, but we don't know when it's coming. Or I was actually about to bring that up. We don't know when it's coming, and I do know the movie will be on Paramount Plus.
Cool. Thanks for that riveting conversation about Beavis and Butthole. Beavis and Butthole. Do you remember when we dressed up as Beavis and Butthead and hosted a party as I Didn't See It But I Believe You? 2 Halloweens ago.
Did you say we dressed up like I didn't see it, but I believe you?
Or whatever. I said Beavis and Butthole.
Oh, I was like, sorry, I'm trying to see if this fucking package is here.
We have a good friend of ours that we talk about a lot on accident on this show that hates the word butthole.
Who?
Pef.
Really? I didn't know that.
So you talk to him, you go, hey, dude. Hey, what's up, butthole? See what happens.
All right.
So
lean sideways. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge is a brand new game that was announced yesterday.
Joel, try that again. That was so generic. Give it another shot.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge.
One more time. Come on, give it to us.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
That's all right. Let me try. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
I like it. All right, now at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
That's going to sound awful.
Anyways, go ahead. So yeah, I'll let you take the reins on this one. I'm excited. I finally watched it, and yeah, it's not out yet, is it?
No. Hit myself in the mouth. It'll come out soon. So what it is if I'm not mistaken, it's a direct sequel to Turtles in Time. I'm not 100% sure.
I didn't read anything about it. I just watched it.
It's definitely in the same art style and the same vein and gameplay style as Turtles in Time, which in my opinion is the greatest beat 'em up of all time. But we don't know much. I mean, there's a trailer out there. I encourage you to look it up. It's called, obviously, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. But one interesting thing to note, and I don't have these guys' names off the top of my head, but there was another beat 'em up from back in the 90s called Streets of Rage that was on the Sega Genesis, and it's an excellent game. Streets of Rage 2 is actually considered to have the best soundtrack in video games. It is an excellent soundtrack. I actually have a vinyl of it. But they just came out last year, 2019. 2019. The company that is releasing Ninja Turtles came out with Streets of Rage 4, and it is fucking amazing. It's one of the best beat 'em ups I've ever played. It's so good. It's so good.
Beat it?
No, me and Caroline could not beat it. I think we're on the last level and we're just fucking stuck. It gets really, really difficult. But that being said,
those games are fucking, dude. Why is it that I think just being a kid, the reason we're so good at games when we're kids, because we just had like the persistence and will to beat the game. When you're an adult, you have to go to work. You really don't have the time for it. It has to be it. I don't know, because like when I play these games now, they're so fucking hard. Like I was good. I was decent at Contra when I was a kid.
Yeah. It's a hard game though. When you go back to play it, it's a hard game though. But I do want to finish saying this though. So they came out with that Streets of Rage game. Okay, that's the company that's putting out this game, and they just put out honestly one of the best beat 'em ups of all time 2 years ago. Okay, with a franchise that existed in the 90s, just like this. The other person who's involved in making this made the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game, which is again one of the best beat 'em ups of in recent memory for sure, and I think just an all around amazing game. So the two people who worked on the two best modern beat 'em ups have come together to make this.
Cool.
So I think this has a huge shot at being awesome. I know that was my favorite shot of the entire trailer.
Dude, like them throwing the foot at the screen. The foot soldiers being thrown at the screen was one of my favorite things as a kid. Just thought it was so cool.
It was amazing. When you figured out how to do that, it was mind blowing. And the fact I really love what this looks like. I'm just gonna let you know that looks absolutely terrible behind you though.
Why?
It just is so blown out.
Hey buddy, how's it going?
Ah!
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it for sure. And that is it gonna be it's gonna be like on all platforms, I guess, or all consoles, I guess.
Dude, I'm actually looking up right now.
So I have
announced for PC and console.
So is Xbox Series X just done? I haven't heard anything about it, like coming out like new ones or anything.
The new console, is it just done? It's been out for like 3 months.
I haven't heard anybody talking about it. No, like they're not. You can't find them anywhere. It's like, is it? They just only put out like a handful and that's it. What's going on?
Nah. It's gonna be a while till either one of those consoles is easily available, but they'll both be easily available. And there will be a shit ton of games for the Series X, I'm sure. I still don't think anybody should get one. I think everybody should get the PS5. Better exclusives, better. But here's the thing. Xbox has Bethesda Studios now. So y'all might have some sort of weird timed exclusivity or even full exclusivity on things like Fallout or Skyrim or
Doom.
So I don't think it's going to be Doom just because that's such maybe, man, that would fucking suck.
Dude, but amazing.
That being said though, it's going to be it'll be like any other console. It's just hard to find right now. It's definitely
No, I'm just curious. We just haven't updated it. We haven't talked about it in a while. We haven't updated anybody.
How much to say, man? Scalpers continue to really have the upper hand and sell them at really exorbitant, big ass prices.
$600. Like, this is bullshit. I'm like, I just want to. I mean, whatever. But like, I thought I was gonna have. Remember, I thought I was gonna have one by now, and I don't.
I know.
Cyberpunk, is that all fixed?
No.
They re-release it. Like, what's
we're gonna need to wait. I'm gonna be completely frank with you. I deleted that game like 4 weeks ago, so a month. And it's not gonna be anywhere near having anything worth talking about again, unless a miracle fucking happens, in my opinion, for at least the next 6 months. We'll revisit this. When there's something fucking worth saying.
Well, I'm just saying. Again, we haven't talked about it in a while.
There's nothing to say.
I know. Apparently.
Well, I guess we could say CD Projekt Red got hacked. And they were locked out of the game for something like 2 weeks or something like that.
That's when everything bad happened.
No, this just happened, and so because of that, they delayed all the updates they were going to do for it. I don't know. The whole thing's a fucking disaster. I think it'll go down in history. I think now it's safe to say that unless a fucking miracle happens, this is going to go down as one of the worst all-around events in video game history.
No, fair enough. Everybody it was so like it just took over, dude. When Cyberpunk came and fucked up, it was like almost as big as when GameStop.
Dude, it was huge news. It was wild. I couldn't believe how widespread the news was.
And like when IGN, who's like the freaking like sweet big brother to all game reviews, I feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're always like, if they're going to they'll let everybody down really soft, you know?
Yeah.
Game. But, dude, when they fucking straight up said in their review, like, Sony or whoever the game maker is should have to give
Project Red. Yeah, dude. They
damn.
They gave the console version of 4. And to be honest with you, I think that's generous.
You know what else is generous?
What?
Open your hearts and your minds and your wallets and Venmo us some money so Joel can buy us coffee and I can buy some allergy pills.
Hell yeah. Today was the music episode.
Nah, dude. Did you see that thing I sent you?
Yeah, but that was all about the 311 thing, so forget it.
Oh, so forget this? Wait, hold on. Don't go anywhere. Speak.
I was gonna tell you. I didn't explain myself well enough on the phone. You were supposed to play the X-Files song at 311, not the 311 song.
Make sure you make clear for the algorithm that we do not have the 311 song. I mean, we
don't have any of this shit. That was clearly not the X-Files song.
Hold on. Don't go anywhere.
The S-Files, baby. Why do you keep telling me not to go anywhere?
Because
where the fuck am I gonna go?
Dude, I am so impressed you haven't left yet.
I've left. I went and got a water like 20 seconds ago.
That's right.
And I left at the beginning of the episode, and if you're not careful, I'm gonna have to leave again in like 5 seconds to get this pack.
If I'm not careful?
Yeah, if you're not careful.
Where are you? Why are you threatening me?
Why don't you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and find out?
Oh, here you go with the old bootstraps again. Remember when we were like talking about shoelaces called shoelaces? It's insane the stuff we have. It's insane the things we don't have to talk about. Does that make sense?
No.
Like we always talk about.
Hold up. That definitely looks like an alien from the S-Files.
Nothing.
Wait,
and we have something.
I want to hear.
What? What? Dude, you're ruining my freaking joke. What did you say?
Hear it.
You couldn't hear this? In a world where there's a big world and there's more worlds, sometimes you have to think, what do aliens think? Who knows? Who can say? Welcome to another edition of The S-Files. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, I searched so much. Joel, I searched up and down, Megs up and down. Megs up and down.
But we can keep it and use it anytime we have any sort of alien or conspiratorial related things now. And people will know it's the S-Files.
No, dude. Remember when? Damn, that's a Megs up and down. Remember that one when you're like, had me so confused. We're talking about the internet. We're talking about like.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Going. Oh yeah, it has Megs up and down. Megs up and down. Like, what the fuck is a Meg and why is it going up and down? But anyways, I shut up. I dug all over the place to find that.
I know. I'm glad that exists. I think the customers will be happy to know that because you found that, the S-Files can become a recurring part of the show.
What did you say last week? Customers, let us know what you want to hear us hear. What did you say?
I don't know.
You said something wild. I'm like, that made no fucking sense. It was awesome. Dude, you really took a lot out of me with that whole political thing. I think you owe me an apology.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doug.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm happy we talked about it, I guess. But have you heard of birria tacos?
Yeah, but I don't know what the deal is with them. I've never had one, and I know that like they've existed forever, but for some reason in the past like 3 months I hear about them constantly.
You just said it. You said they've been in existence forever.
Yeah. I don't understand what the deal is.
No. You and I grew up in South Texas, and I grew up with wonderful Tex-Mex Mexican food, like indulgent style, like Mexican food, going over to my best friend's house, and then the grandmother's having like massive amount of food, like Mexican food made for us after school. Right?
Sure.
Never once have I seen or heard of a birria taco.
I've heard of it.
People going around acting like they grew up with them.
No, I didn't grow up with them, but I know they existed. I've seen them on menus forever. I've seen that word. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I'm not claiming, dude, listen.
This is I think bears.
No, I think that you should feel me on this because I'm telling you, I'm in the same boat as you minus one of the things you're saying. I have never seen one. I have never tasted one. I don't ever recall anyone I've been with ordering one, but I have seen the word for years. Because when I started seeing people posting about them, I was like, okay.
I've never actually eaten one. They look amazing. And I want to have one so badly.
I've never seen one.
Really?
Yeah, so but I've seen it on menus for years.
It's like a hybrid of a quesadilla and like a cheesy taco, essentially.
Okay.
And then dip it into something you refer to as consomme, which is a type of soup.
Yeah, I know what consomme is.
So, no, you don't. So, anyways.
Foie gras.
Yeah, consomme and foie gras are the same thing.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche.
You know how to make creme fraiche? You want me to tell you real quick?
No.
Why?
The fuck, who do I look like? Julia Childs? You look kind of like Julia Childs.
What the fuck? Thank you. What's wrong with Julia Childs?
Let's pull up a picture of Doug as Julia Childs.
There's an old Cajun chef. I can't damn man. I loved him so much. He came on all the time, like on the All Access. Like he was an old 70s, old Cajun chef. What the fuck was his name? Whatever. I'll remember that next time. But he sounded like JP the B Man.
Oh, JP the B Man.
Dude,
come on down.
Come on down. Take that wasp honey. We'll make a rule out of it.
So I got this frozen gumbo the other day because I was just craving gumbo and I wanted it right then. So I bought this frozen gumbo.
I just had this. Dude, please tell me you ate it like a fucking popsicle.
No.
Okay.
What? Disgusting. That's horrible. No, but so I got it. And I have to say, they had the taste right. It tasted correct. But man, it was not in a roux. It was just in brown water. And the water tasted right, but it wasn't a roux. And I was so sad. The New Orleans man screaming inside of me to come out was extremely sad.
Have you ever been to New Orleans?
Are you fucking serious?
Have you?
Look, that looks like you.
Thank you, Joel. I don't understand why
you. That face. That face. Look, you guys look like brothers.
Dude, keep it up, punk.
Just kidding.
There's nothing wrong with Julia.
I'm kidding. That does not look like Doug. Oh my goodness.
A saint. She was an amazing woman, and she inspired a lot of people. So, hey, Joel, why don't you go look yourself in the mirror real quick and give yourself a big fuck you?
Was she really a saint?
I mean, it's all make believe anyway, so I guess she could be one.
She wasn't really one.
What? Julia Childs? Was she a saint?
Like the saint of food?
Who is
prosperity?
Who is the? I love that we have computers.
Dude, really helpful. Button-up shirt for you today.
I know. I was gonna say something about that earlier. Earlier, like when you're like all playing with your freaking junk and stuff. Like, what are you fucking doing? What's he doing over there?
I found it.
St. Lawrence.
Yeah, he's the patron saint of food, drink, and thoughts.
Food, drink, and thoughts. Those fucking Catholics, dude. They'll say anything.
No, I added the thoughts part.
It's just like, dude, but it's just like it's as if you have a little kid that's fucking up and acting weird, and you're like, you can tell he's up to no good, thinking something, but you better be careful with those thoughts. Or like, huh? Like St. Lawrence knows everything that's going on in your brain. They're like, what the fuck?
I meant thoughts like what they call girls. That
patron saint
of girls who act hoey.
Murderers.
Patron saint of hoes.
A Roman Catholic saint of murderers is Julian the Hospitaler. Hospitaler. Julian the Hospitaler. Buddy,
Julian. Oh, you knew his name. I love it.
Yeah, dude. Dogma's a great movie.
So, hey, here's an interesting fact. Dogma was owned by the Weinstein Company.
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith wanted to buy it back, but after all the Weinstein stuff happened and Kevin Smith came out against Weinstein, they refused to sell it back to him.
What happened to him?
Weinstein?
JK.
So anyway, after Kevin Smith came out against Weinstein, he refused to sell the movie back to him or something like that. And it is not available anywhere for streaming. The DVD costs like $100. The Blu-ray costs like $100. It's just wild.
Why?
Spite.
Indeed. You can't say spite. You can't spell spite without teeth, Joel.
Spite bite.
I have a note in here, 400-year-old stores in Japan.
Stores?
Dude, there's stores in Japan that are 400 years old.
I'm looking at some right now.
Country.
Hey, there's a Sears that's 400 years old.
Come on.
I swear to God, I'm going to send you a picture of it. This is a 400-year-old Sears. For those of you who are looking.
You feel dude, these just sell like umbrellas that could shoot bullets.
I know. The catalog, the Sears catalog was basically what you needed to get everything for the year. Where's this old ass Sears? Come on, man. Okay, here we go. 400-year-old Sears.
The year.
Look at that architecture.
That looks amazing.
It's crazy. You know what?
If you send this video to your friend and they don't reply back a video of them squeezing their mom's big fat tits.
Huh?
I thought it was going to keep going.
Do you want it to?
Not really.
It's pretty intense.
It's extremely intense. One time was enough.
Yeah. Well, cool. Cool.
So what do you guys think? Do you guys like that we spread this out over 2 episodes in a week now?
Who are you talking to?
The customers.
What do you mean spread over 2? Dude, we always did 2 episodes a week.
I know. Do you guys like that it's back? Do you like the randomness of when we drop it? It could be a Tuesday. It could be a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday. The only days we don't really drop it Saturday.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like about it, because it gives us like one episode to really put a lot of nice.
I just found that. I didn't make that or anything.
It gives us opportunity to like have like a really like scripted out episode almost, you know what I mean? Like the game shows and then we have an episode where we just like catch up and chat and just
like this.
Yeah. And then but
we're right back on the horse again. What are we doing? Another one on Monday or Tuesday?
When or what?
When? When's our next one? Monday?
Probably Monday.
Yeah. So we'll be back.
Yeah, whatever. There's dropping whatever. So but I think it's just a happy medium. Let us get some stuff off our chest and just like have, just clear the brain so we can like really focus on some more fun stuff. I was telling the guests right you were gone, Joel, not to like regurgitate everything, but that we got a lot of cool things coming up, especially because episode 100's coming up.
Yep.
So, and then what? Yeah, more episodes. I don't know what to say.
Hell yeah. Well, let's wrap this one up.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank y'all for everything. And y'all get ready for springtime. Keep your head right. Keep those smiles up. And those butts down. Thanks for listening to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And I told you earlier where to follow us all at, but please like and subscribe and tell all your friends about us. Keep sharing, and we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.